Welcome to another episode of the Online Prosperity Experience podcast. You're about to hear your host, Prosper Taravinga's powerful digital marketing strategies and actionable tactics that you can use right now. Prosper has helped more than 50,000 people from over 10 countries to create meaningful businesses that are profitable and enjoyable. Listen to this podcast so that you too can build your own business with less stress and overwhelm. Let's get started.
Create diverse, recurring revenue streams to skyrocket your profitability and ensure your business remains 100% bulletproof. I mean, obviously, if you're watching the news or listening to any of, the markets and everything else that's happening around us, you would know that we're obviously going through some sort of a market downturn as we speak. We just came out of a global pandemic and there was sweeping lockdowns that got a lot of people shutting their businesses. And I would not want to see you going through that ever again. That's why I'm talking to you today on this podcast and sharing with you how you can create passive income streams for your coaching or consulting business so you can stop trading time for dollars. Now, when we went through the lockdowns, that was unprecedented. Nobody knew what to expect because everybody's job was deemed non-essential. I mean, that hurts. I mean, if you could not, go to your job just because it's not essential to the economy or what's happening in the market at that particular time, obviously that would get you to question your life choices. But if you love what you're doing and it was just unfortunate that, you had to stop working, maybe for a short time and then you figured out how to do it, we need to create passive income streams that obviously will keep paying us even if we're not showing up to work. So as a coach or consultant, half of the time we normally start offering one-to-one services. What's going to happen when, Mondays come through and you don't have to meet one-to-one with your clients? What's going to happen, And I understand, when you're meeting one-to-one with your clients, it's a great way for you to get your first maybe coaching or consulting clients and, just to get your feet wet doing what it is that you absolutely love. But at some point, you're going to max out. You know what I mean? You're going to get tired of just speaking to people, even though you love them, but you're going to need the freedom that you actually signed up for. You know what I mean? It's going to be either due to being totally burned out or just simply lacking the time to serve everybody that shows up on your doorstep. I mean, you're probably going to be really good at what you do. You would have identified your market and then everyone starts showing up at your doorstep and they want a piece of you. And we only have 24 hours in a day, don't we? So, and with that 24 hours, you don't want to be working maybe 40 hours a week, and 5 days a week, 52 weeks a year. Who does? We signed up for freedom. You don't want to be tethered to your phone 24/7. You want to go out and do stuff that you absolutely love with the people that you love. And, when you started your business, you started it so that you'd have more freedom and more flexibility, nothing less. Okay. So what's the solution? You want to create passive income streams for your coaching or consulting business. And I'm also going to put a disclaimer out there. I know there's a lot of talk and myths and miscommunications with regards, to how people actually get, passive income in their business. And this is basically not one of those, calls. So if you're thinking, I'm going to get how to get rich quick schemes or things of that nature, you've come to the wrong podcast, my friend. But if you're passionate about doing work that matters and the work that you're meant to be doing and living an inspired life while doing it, then you are in the right place, my friend. My mission is to help coaches and consultants like you build a brand that they're proud of and create a lifestyle that they absolutely love. And that's the reason why creating passive income streams will be one of the things that you need to do so that climbing the ladder of success, because you can't climb the ladder of success with your hands full. If you're going to be doing a lot of work in order for you to actually get paid, it's just going to put an enormous strain on your emotions, on your confidence, and everything else that comes along with it. But if you're waking up every single day knowing that you will get money, and that money comes to you easily from different sources, then you would absolutely show up in the world in a way that is remarkable and actually give the best of you to the clients. Okay, so what is actually passive income? I'm not talking it from that Spreaker or real estate or network marketing understanding of what passive income is. And I know there's so many myths around what passive income is. So I want to be clear and upfront of what I'm talking about when I'm talking about passive income. All right. So passive income is that income that is generated by your business that does not rely on your time and your availability to actually serve clients. So meaning you don't have to be available every Monday at 3 p.m. for a call or for 24 hours to respond to a client or an email or be in a Facebook group for that money to happen. All right. And another thing is passive income is not the same as maybe having a group call or a group program on Facebook, or maybe sending out a course out there, where you just show up for group coaching call regularly at intervals, or like a mastermind or things of that nature. Group calls and supported courses can also be great sources of revenue, no doubt, but they're not technically passive income. All right. So anything that requires your presence to deliver is not passive at all. All right. And passive income is kind of a misnomer. Let me try and be very careful what I'm about to say here, because it's not totally passive. Okay. Some people think you just wake up and money is just there already in your bank account, and without you having done anything to bring it across, and you don't you don't have to do anything for it. Well, you do have to spend time validating. You do have to spend time creating. You do have to spend time marketing the thing that is going to earn you that passive income. But when done correctly, it will actually work over time to bring you the revenue on an ongoing basis. All right. It's like, what I'm doing right now on this podcast here. This is going to be a passive way of me creating for and relating to you. Okay. And at any given moment, you could always press play, and come back to this particular episode, and you can learn from it without me being actively in front of you. Okay. So that if you then decide to maybe buy from us, or want to work hands-on with me to actually develop your own passive income streams, that would have been created by a passive product. But in and of itself, the work that I do is not passive. So I want to be very clear why the creation of passive income is important for coaches and consultants and other small to medium businesses, because in business you've got overheads. All right. For me to put out this podcast, I need to be paying some sort of a subscription for the podcast platform. I need to be paying some sort of a subscription, not a subscription, but a salary to the person that edits this up. Shout out to you. Oh my God. Jeff, sorry, I almost forgot because thinking on the go. I also have to pay a salary to the person who creates the graphics. Shout out to you, Bilal, and anything else that goes along with it. It's not necessarily free, so that's why I said it's kind of a misnomer. But it's important, because then I don't have to worry about not doing this podcast because it's gonna, I might not have the money to pay for it. So as I've mentioned earlier on, passive income is important for people that are coaches and consultants, because, there may be times that you don't want to rely on one-to-one income to actually grow your coaching business. Okay. If you listen to the last, episode, we were talking about creating the packages and things of that nature. That can also help you build your passive income. All right. what I want, what I know, and what I know you want as a coach or consultant, is I know you want freedom and flexibility. All right, I know you want freedom to spend time as you wish. I know you want the flexibility to show up in the world, because your work requires you to have a lot of energy. And if you're depleted because you've got bills hanging over your shoulders, and you don't even know where the next dollar is going to come from, your clients can tell, your stakeholders and the people that you're going to be working with are going to tell that your life is not in order. Now, can you tell me, if your life is not in order, how can you then help me sort out mine? And people will walk away. Okay. And one thing that a lot of coaches and consultants that we work with want is they only want to take on one-to-one clients that they absolutely love serving, and not the ones that they are not crazy about. The reason being, it's a lot of work. It's just too much effort. You know what I mean? To be there for other people. There's a lot of energy. You're not God, okay? You're human. You're gonna face burnout and things of that nature. So you want to make sure that at least some of your literal problems are taken care of, okay? So one thing that normally happens is, when you've got passive income, you have literally one Maslow's hierarchy of needs, okay? Because right at the start, we've got, all these psychological needs, which basically, your air, water, food, shelter, sleep, clothing, and reproduction. And if that is taken care of passively without you being actively looked at, then your brain is now left to actually go in and do the things that you desire to become the most of. All right. So passive income literally, works as that underlining security that you need, in order for you not to worry about where your toilet paper or speaking of which, or where your money is going to come from. All right. So having passive income generators in your business can actually help you accomplish a lot more than you could ever do, if you have to actually wait for clients to pay every single time. And also, just think about it. Even if you are making just $1,000 of passive income each month, which is coming in come hell of high water, you may actually cut down on some of the one-to-one clients that you need, because you free up your time and energy, and it actually allows you to be choosy about who you serve, and while you're actually expanding your revenue. Because there's, if you're really running a profitable business, there's so much so many tools that help you manage your business. Your email marketing tool, like I mentioned, this podcast is sitting on a platform that I need to pay a subscription for. Look at all those little subscriptions. If those are taken care of, can you imagine how confident you will be to show up every single day, come hell or high water, without you having to worry about, if I add yet another podcast, this is going to cost me more. All right. So passive income products can either be, it can also be a way of actually serving your clients, because if you've got passive income coming in, you are now confident to show up on the podcast without even having to worry about, whether you're going to be able to pay the subscription or not. Because the truth is, not every prospective client is going to afford to work with you one-on-one or at the time that, you are available to talk to them. Some people want to watch videos. Some people want to listen to podcasts first and things of that nature. How are you going to do that if you haven't got passive income that is already paying and kicking in to make sure that you don't have to worry about paying small subscriptions? And another thing is, not every prospect is going to afford to work with you one-on-one. So if you've got one-on-one services only, they're usually your high ticket client, along with your high touch service. So not everyone wants to work with you, and will be in a place to actually invest in services like that. You see, half of the time when you come and work with us, we've got a product that we charge $50,000 for. Some people might not have that amount of money, but they've got 30 minutes to listen to a podcast. If I didn't have passive income to pay for this podcast, then I'm only going to be waiting for people that can afford the $50,000, products. How many of those are going to be coming around? All right. So if you create a passive income product, it actually helps you serve more clients at a lower price point. And this actually has a lot more benefits, like I've just mentioned. Look at the disparity of the $50,000 product to the $0 product that you're enjoying right now. Because when you have passive income coming in, you can reach those who aren't ready for your one-to-one services as yet, and you can serve a lot more people, which actually broadens your impact and actually moves your coaching brand. People think that branding is all about the people that you're already working with. There's also other people that are still on their journey to find out if you're the best fit. You are having to be showing up for them consistently so that then they can get to know, like, and trust you. All right. So your passive income product can actually serve as a first step for your client who may eventually then sign up for that one-to-one service. Because look at the difference from $0 right now, which you're enjoying in this podcast, to $50,000. It takes time. Up until you are really confident that, okay, if I, write this check, these guys are not going to, take me to the cleaners or take me for a ride. So your passive products can be, that starting point, and actually solves your clients' problems before they are willing to sign up for your higher offerings. All right. So let me give you a few examples of what passive income for coaches and consultants sort of looks like. All right. There's so many sources of your passive, income that you can actually take advantage of. And once you start getting these, products and people working with you without even, demanding of your time, what would you do? What would you do when there's more demand for your services than you can possibly handle? What would you do? Would you raise your prices? Would you fire all those lousy clients that demanding of your time and not giving you anything in return? Or would you only choose products that you absolutely love to work on and literally expand your business? Because let me tell you something, every coach and consultant or small business owner literally dreams of that perfect customer that just arrives from seemingly nowhere, already convinced they want to buy. But guess what? It starts off with those little products, little podcasts, videos, passive income, products that you have already out there that easy for the person to consume. Okay. So, here are some examples. You could do maybe digital products such as maybe a PDF guide, a worksheet, a spreadsheet, a planner, a calendar, an ebook, a white paper, a podcast like this, a video, things that don't cost you much to create, but will give so much value, to your prospects, or you could actually go further and create a standalone evergreen course, which means a course that is offered off the shelf all year round without any maybe weekly calls or group coaching that is needed off of you. All right. We already have things of that sort. If you go to livelongacademy.com.au, you'll be able to get a few courses. Some of them are about starting an e-commerce store. Some of them about, jumping into the metaverse, about webinars. Some of them about email marketing. Some of them about, engaging your audience on Zoom. All of that stuff that we have learned along the way, we can just create it for, our clients, so that they can learn without having to maybe pick up the phone and call us, things of that nature, or we've got audio resources. Maybe if you're a coach, you can do guided meditations or trainings, or if you're a speaker, you can literally give your consulting, your training, your information, and your expertise, either in the form of a podcast or videos, things of that nature. Low-hanging fruit, easy, to consume sort of content is what actually creates that passive income. You might go further and start creating a paid newsletter, so that your clients can actually engage with you in a way that is convenient to them. I mean, while many coaches do free newsletters, you can also consider using a platform like Substack or other platforms where you can actually start charging for your content. I mean, you took the time to learn all of this stuff, right? So why not get paid, for you to actually um you know disseminate this information to those that are looking for it. Some people may actually want to do affiliate type setups where you could talk to somebody like myself and you can sell some of our products on an affiliate sort of basis where you receive income by being a representative or an influencer based on whatever products or services that you're selling. So see, so there's so many other revenue streams out there that you can choose. And but most of them, the ones that people actually think are passive income, are not passive income at all. When people come to me and say, "Oh, I've got a group coaching program and that's how I create my passive income." No, that's not it, because it still requires you to show up and deliver the coaching, or to serve the participants. All right. If you've got a supported course, that means you still have to show up and provide support, whether it's in the form of a group call, like I mentioned earlier on, or Q&A, whatever it is, or maybe, coaching via SMS. Again, this requires your time, or WhatsApp coaching, for you to get back to the client in a timely manner. All right. Some people think they can create a mastermind. That's still the same as a group coaching program. That still requires your presence. You know what I mean? Membership programs are the same as well. You still be on the hook to create regular monthly content to keep the clients engaged. All right. So there's also people that create free content like we're doing right now. It could be content such as a blog post, a podcast like this, maybe free newsletter. These are not passive income in themselves, because I'm here, I'm speaking right now. Yes, it might not be live and direct, but I still need to show up every single day in order for this to work. You know what I mean? Although they can be used as promotional tools, because right now I'm obviously selling to you some of our products and inviting you to work hands-on with us so we can develop a strategic plan around your business. All right. So some of these things just need to be tweaked a little bit, and you can definitely start maybe raising your prices and firing lousy clients, because now you've got passive income that is being injected in your business without you being actively involved in it. So everything that I've just spoken about can be very good sort of sources of revenue for your coaching and consulting business, but they do not maybe fall under passive income, because there's a lot of myths around creating passive income for your coaching business, and maybe we might not be able to get into a lot of them in this call today or on this podcast, but I just wanted to touch up on some of these myths so that you know whether you are doing the right thing or not. Okay, so when people think of passive income, they think of income that just arrived without any effort. All right. You see, like right now, I've been sitting here for 22 minutes, 23 now, 24 minutes now. Yeah. But that's not the case at all. Passive income isn't actually passive at all. Instead, it's doing the work up front and generate a future income. All right. So, here are a few sort of myths that people have when it comes to passive income. Most people think that generating passive income takes no work at all. That's a lie. Because when you're creating passive income, the product still needs you to validate it, still needs you to create it, still needs you to market it. And rarely does, a passive income product sell itself. Unless you probably have a big audience. Maybe you're Emmy Porterfield, you're Tony Robbins, or maybe you are Alex Hormozi, or you are Russell Brunson from ClickFunnels, or you are Michael Yadney, from Metropole. All of those people already have created, large audiences that they don't need to really market their services. People are dying to learn more from them in the cheapest way possible. Okay. One other thing is, let me also correct myself here, because now you're going to start thinking that you need to have a super large audience to have passive income product. No, that's not the case, because having a passive income product can actually help you grow your audience. All right. So you can reach those people that you cannot physically reach one-to-one using your passive, income products. You don't need to have 1 million or even 10,000 followers to create a passive income product. When I started this podcast, I just started putting it out there. Now we've got, I think I'm one of the top rated podcasts. You check out with wherever you're listening. I'm actually one of the top rated marketing podcasts. Obviously, not to toot my own horn, but it's because of the work that I'm putting in. It's because of the value that I'm bringing to the marketplace, and because I'm doing it in a manner that I'm not worried about where this is going to lead to. I'm just creating for and relating to the audience that I'm going to be, wanting to work with in the future. So you can and you should actually create something now, and I really encourage you to do that, because if you're just relying on your high ticket product, then what are you doing with those other people that are trying to dip their feet and get to know you a little bit more? A passive income product would actually bridge that gap for you. Okay, and one last thing that you should remember and recognize is that it doesn't bring money automatically. All right, your passive income product doesn't automatically make you money. Maybe when you publish a landing page, or you publish a book, or you publish an ebook, it doesn't work like that. You still have to market it and promote it, and bring it in front of the audience. All right, so good news is that you can create a marketing strategy that now works for you, so much that even if you use SEO or social media or ads, it now then creates that passive income that you're looking for. Okay, so at the end of the day, once you now have more demand for your services, you definitely will be able to raise your prices. You'll be able to fire lousy clients, and be able to choose the kind of projects that you want to work with, or the kind of people that you want to work and help them achieve their results. You know what I mean? Because at the end of the day, if you've got passive products, that's the only way that you can literally be bringing customers to you. Because if you don't have ways or stepping stones, or like what we call a product ladder, that sort of warms people up towards you, it will be so difficult for you to actually convert people that show up at your doorstep. You know what a lot of people do? Some people just build a website, post a few memes on social media, and wait. And they think that it's going to create a steady demand of excess buyers that are going to triple, stumble, and fall, showing up to your doorstep. I mean, you have to accept that there's a bit of work that you need to do behind the scenes, and you don't want to end up being that person that just accepts the work that comes your way at any price that wins you the job, that in terms that have been set by the buyer, just predicated on the fact that you want and need the money so that you can pay bills and put food on the table. So passive products can actually help you get potential ideal customers to come to you instead of you trying to find them. All right, and if we work together, I'll definitely teach you how to earn trust before the sales process actually begins. All right, you give people so much value up front that they think, oh, wait a minute, if he's giving so much value in this podcast, I can only imagine that paying him would actually be much more valuable. You know what I mean? And then pretty much I'll help you design a self-guided path for your customer engagement, because once somebody gets value from a small engagement, their trust grows, and then they start climbing up the ladder because they want more, and you start building a sales funnel that actually fills itself, and then you can start responding effectively just to the best opportunities for your business. Now, wouldn't that be nice? Because at the end of the day, you need to learn how to market your service business in the most intentional way, and you need to be showing up every single day, whether you're making money or not. Because if you show up hungry, your clients and your prospects will notice it, and they don't want to be created. They don't want to be a guinea pig. All right. So in order for you to grow profitable sales, we'll create a framework for you that will guide you, and guide your decisions, and actually maintain your confidence while you offer to help the right people at the right time for the right money. And let me tell you something, you can ignore 90% of everything that all the other marketing gurus from the online casino have wanted to teach you about creating a business that's profitable and enjoyable. It's time to just learn the 10% that actually matters for your business, like yours, which is basically if you create products that bring in money without you having to be involved in it, you'll be able to serve more people, and you'll actually be creating a brand for yourself. That way, it will be easy for people to actually buy from you. Okay, so if you want to create passive income for your coaching business, I encourage you to schedule a call with me so we can look at what it is that you need to do for your business. All right. First of all, we'll look at the type of passive income product for your business that would actually work and that will actually be responded to by your audience. And then we'll start creating that product so you can build a new revenue stream for your coaching and consulting business. The reason why I want to do that with you is so that we can create diverse recurring revenue streams so you can skyrocket your profitability and ensure that your business remains 100% bulletproof, even during market downturns, even during global pandemics, and even during any sweeping lockdowns. I can't wait to see what you're going to do with this information that we've given you about creating passive incomes for your coaching business. And I can't wait to see how you would actually start creating revenue streams that don't depend on you showing up every single day. Bye for now.
Thank you for joining us today. If you have any questions, let's continue the conversation in the Live Long Digital community. Become a Live Long Digital community member today. This community is for ambitious entrepreneurs and small business owners with the drive to take control of the future of their businesses and achieve huge success without stress and overwhelm. As you heard, Prosper can help you by teaching you marketing strategies that work. So look no further than the Live Long Digital community of entrepreneurs and highly successful business owners. Join our community today. Find us on www.community.livelongdigital.com.au. Network with other driven entrepreneurs and find the expert guidance you need to take your business to the next level. www.community.livelongdigital.com.au